And he'll take the note your mother put in your lunchbox and he'll read it aloud to everyone. Oh, look, mommy loves her little boy. And then he'll smile with a bunch of cookies in his teeth. And he'll grab you by your nipples and he'll twist them until you have 2 holes in your La Tigre shirt because your parents couldn't afford an Izod. And he'll stuff you in a locker and he'll stomp on your trapper keeper and slam the door. That is Donald Trump.
Trump was bragging about hosting the event, saying no president had ever done it before. And Kimmel just let the clip play for a second before smiling and saying, "Yes, Donald." And there's probably a reason for that. Presidents usually have bigger things to deal with. The audience laughed, but then the mood changed. Kimmel looked straight into the camera and said, "Some topics make Trump's team move faster than any joke ever could, and one of them is Jeffrey Epstein." And suddenly, the room felt different, because this wasn't just another late-night roast anymore. Kimmel wasn't making up some wild scandal for laughs. He was pointing at things that had already been sitting in public view for years. The photos, the old social connections, the public comments, and all those uncomfortable questions that never really went away.
Absolutely shocked the crowd by sharing the last words he ever said to his former BFF, Jeffrey Epstein.
Minors, do we love minors? I love minors.
I thought that was supposed to be a wonderful secret. 9 days left to release those files. Our president appears to be deeply unwell.
Kimmel put 3 cards down on the desk. Photo, quote, files. And then he said, "No rumors tonight. No secret witnesses. Just the public record." And that was the hook right there. The screen showed the already public images of Trump and Epstein together at social events. But Kimmel didn't try to make them prove more than they actually did. He said, "A photograph does not prove guilt. It proves proximity. A quote does not prove a crime. It proves judgment." And honestly, that landed. Because when a powerful man spends years demanding everyone else's records, people are allowed to ask why his own uncomfortable connections suddenly get treated like some forbidden subject. The audience didn't laugh this time. They just went quiet. Then Kimmel read that well-known 2002 comment where Trump called Epstein a terrific guy and mentioned his interest in women on the younger side. He didn't dress it up. He didn't add extra drama. He just read it slowly.
Canada? I mean, seriously, would they handcuff themselves? I have the right to remain silent. The New York Times today published a story that says Trump's relationship with his BF Jeff was far closer and far more complex than the president now admits. It has details about parties at Mar-a-Lago where girls as young as 14.
Kimmel said that line has been public for decades. So the real mystery is not why people keep asking about it. The real mystery is why asking about it makes Trump's team react like the room is on fire. And the audience felt that. Then Kimmel moved into the bigger pattern, Trump's whole relationship with transparency. He reminded everyone that Trump demanded Obama's birth certificate, demanded Hillary Clinton's emails, demanded Hunter Biden's laptop, and built an entire political brand around the idea that hidden records must mean guilt. But the second the conversation turns to Epstein files, old quotes, photographs, or legal pressure on critics, suddenly transparency becomes very complicated. Kimmel looked straight into the camera and said, "You cannot spend your life yelling, 'Show us the records,' then whisper, 'Not those records.'" The audience exploded, but Kimmel kept his voice calm because his point wasn't to convict anyone on a comedy show. His point was to ask why the same standard Trump used on everyone else suddenly becomes unfair when it gets applied to him. If the connection was casual and meant nothing, then full transparency should not be scary. If every question is unfair, answer one clearly. If every comedian is lying, then name the lie and correct it. Then Kimmel put a small timer on the desk. 30 seconds, one question, and the screen simply read, "What exactly is false?" He said, not a nickname, not a threat, not a speech about ratings. One full sentence and the correction. The timer started ticking.